Well, friends, so today we are taking up overseas travel insurance. See, any person going abroad must have this overseas travel insurance policy. It is not compulsory by any law, but this is necessary for every person who is traveling beyond the territorial limits of the country. Because this is one policy which is not only covering the health aspects, but providing number of benefits. Benefits related to all those things which are necessary in travel. So almost all the general insurance companies of India are providing overseas travel insurance. It's not a new product, but we are new in the product. We are the late entrants. In fact, this plan is almost uniform, except the number of benefits included in the policy. Because the concept is similar. So let us understand what this plan is. I am sharing with you. This is overseas travel insurance. Somebody want to join, you can allow. Somebody had to take care of these persons who are joining now. Okay. So this is the product called overseas travel insurance. This product is having 3 different plans, and all those 3 plans are available for sale. In our product category, these 3 different plans are according to the number of benefits and their financial limits. So when we are considering this travel or overseas travel insurance plan, this is must to understand what is the overseas travel insurance, what plans are available, what are the benefits, how the premium rates will apply, what is the claim process, and what are the USPs. All these aspects we should understand. So see, people who travel overseas for either business purpose or for fun, but they don't want anything to ruin their holiday or an important business meeting. That means there could be a possibility of occurrence of some unexpected event. And this unexpected event may be very serious in nature. It can result into the accidental death, disability, loss of personal belongings, arrest, loss of passport, anything can happen. So this travel insurance plan covers personal accident, medical emergency, death, loss of belongings, flight cancellation, delay, and other unfortunate events. These are all part of this plan. Not these are only the benefits. Benefits are plenty in number, but these are all parts of the benefits. So how the travel insurance works? Overseas travel insurance means a traveler for unexpected medical expenses when they are overseas or while traveling, when they need medical expenses. Those expenses are covered under the plan. While the core offer is coverage of medical expenses, but there are several non-medical coverage also. Because in abroad, so particularly in European countries, the treatment cost is very high. Moreover, they do not give the medicines without prescription. Here, if you are suffering from the cough or cold or headache, you can go to the chemist and take the medicines. Paracetamol, I like these medicines, anacin, etc. They are freely available without any prescription. No need of consultation of any doctor. But in Europe, this is not the case. There they will ask for the medical prescription first, if required the test reports also. Then only the medicines could be available. And certain medicines are banned there. Like this paracetamol is not sold there. This is a banned medicine. So as far as the medical expenses are concerned, they are covered under the policy. But in addition to the medical expenses, certain things like checked baggage, loss or delay, financial emergency of money, third party liability, personal accident, this kind of incident can also happen. And if this kind of incidents are happening, a person may be in serious trouble. Because whatever laws, rules, regulations of India are known to you, they are not applicable there. Every country has their own laws, own rules, own regulations. And if you are violating them, you may face penalty, fine, or even arrest. And those penalties or those liabilities could be very high in amount also. This is not like that, like in India, sadak chalte thuk diya aapne. In other countries, you can be fined immediately. Immediately, and a very high amount of penalty can be imposed. So, other normal things which have become the part of our practices, daily practices in India, are not permitted by other countries. And this is not necessary that everybody is aware of the rules and regulations and laws of that country where he is traveling. If an industrialist is traveling 10 countries in a month, you can expect he must have the common sense to understand the law, but you cannot say that he knows the law of all those countries. And it is very difficult also. Even a person of India cannot understand all the laws of India. So similar to the position with other persons also. So the benefits like checked baggage, financial emergency money, third party liability, personal accident, they are also part of the coverage. Now who can take this policy? But the retail travel policy provides worldwide coverage for Indian residents. Part purpose, business and official purpose, holiday purpose, leisure or for fun, and further studies. For all these purposes, people are going abroad. There could be a business trip, an official trip, a holiday trip, or for a longer period for studies, or an excursion or leisure trip. All these purposes are allowed. But the question is, for any Indian resident, this policy is available for any Indian resident. Me and you can take it, not the foreigners. Indian resident means the person who is having the Indian citizenship. For foreigners, what is the provision? Accompanying spouse and children of the person are covered and will be treated as going under holiday travel. If an Indian resident is going with the wife and children, they can be covered under the policy. But for foreign nationals working in India with Indian employer in any multinational company, getting salary in Indian national rupees, can be considered for coverage. Because though he is a foreign national, but he is working in India with Indian employer or with a multinational company, getting his salary in rupees, Indian currency, he can be given this policy. Not the absolute foreign national. Another one, foreign nationals domiciled in India could be covered subject to verification of IT return. This domiciled in India maybe for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, for whatever number of years. But if he is filing the IT return in India, he can be given this overseas travel policy. That means except foreign residents, except foreign nationals, the persons who are living in India, they are Indian, having Indian citizenship, they are Indian residents, can be given this policy. In addition, foreign nationals who are working in India with Indian employer, getting their salary in Indian national rupees, can also get this policy. Foreign nationals who are domiciled in India and filing the income tax return in India can also be given this policy. So the most important aspect is any Indian resident who is going abroad can take this policy. Limitation is only for the foreign nationals who are neither filing income tax return in India, nor working in India, nor having any Indian employer. For them, this problem is there. Because in that case, they need the overseas travel insurance from their own country. Every country is providing overseas travel insurance. Now, what are the plans available? 3 plans are there under this policy. Sweet Travel, Sweet Travel Plus, Sweet Travel Elite. So these 3 different plans are having all common benefits. The only difference is in the financial limits. Means the benefits included in all these 3 plans are common. It's not the case that in Sweet Travel 5 category benefits are there, Travel Plus 10 are there. The difference is only in the financial limits. Benefits are common. And all 3 plans are available per se. Now, what are the benefits included? This is important to understand. Because your policy is very good and very competitive in the market. In the sense, this is having 16 number of benefits covered under the policy. It's a good number. 16 benefits are included at the same premium rate. It's a good number. And all these benefits are covered by paying one premium. See what are these benefits. 1. Medical cover. Under this category of benefits, all reasonable medical expenses incurred for treatment during the trip subject to maximum sum insured per plan are covered. Because the limits in financial terms are provided, up to that extent, if any medical assistance is required, that is covered under the policy. Includes medical evacuation. So this is the first benefit, which is most important. For this purpose also, this policy is taken. But in addition, daily allowance in case of hospitalization. If the customer or the insured or the policyholder or the proposer is hospitalized, in that case, he will be paid a daily compensation allowance in case of hospitalization, provided the period more than 2 days. For 2 days, the hospitalization will not be paid daily allowance. But the hospitalization is for more than 2 days. In that case, he will get the daily allowance. Third, dental treatment. This is a very rare benefit covered under your plan. And normally, the overseas travel insurance policies are declining this benefit. And they are not covering the dental treatment. But we cover it. And we provide medical expenses and reimburse if incurred by the customer in connection with the treatment of any injury or illness to his natural tooth or teeth during the trip subject to maximum sum assured as per plan. So maximum sum assured limits are all given with each benefit, and this dental treatment is also covered for that purpose. Fourth benefit is total loss of checked in baggage. Checked in baggage means any baggage which we are carrying in the overseas travel. At the airport, the authority it is checked. So it becomes a checked in baggage. If this covers for compensation of permanent loss of checked in baggage based on the market value of the contents as on the expected arrival date. If there is a loss to this checked in baggage, permanent loss means the baggage has lost, but police has ensured it will be recovered within 2-3 days, or within few days it will be delivered by the airport authorities. In that case, this is not treated as permanent loss. But once it is given the clearance that the checked-in baggage is not traceable, not recovered, in that case, the insurance company will pay the compensation. Fifth is delay of checked-in baggage. Delay in checked-in baggage matters a lot when we are going on some urgent assignment. Maybe to attend a conference, maybe to attend or perform in some musical program or in any event. So if your checked-in baggage is not handed over to you within the stipulated time, within the reasonable time, when you have landed there, you may miss the opportunity of a special function or a special assignment. So in that case, the insurance company will pay a fixed sum in case the customer encounters a delay in respect of his checked-in baggage beyond the specified period. Normally, it takes 1 or 2 days. Otherwise, it is immediately handed over the moment your flight is reaching there. So if it is beyond the specified period, in that case it is a proof that the checked-in baggage is not delivered and the insurance company has to pay the compensation for that. Valuables are not given. Valuables are not allowed to carry. Whatever is allowed to carry, that is covered. By the airport authorities, whatever is allowed to carry, that is covered. But the question is, checked-in baggage must have some kind of proof that this was the items and these were the number of contents available in the checked-in baggage. So once the insured is able to prove, insurance company will pay the claim. Benefit 6 is loss of passport. Loss of passport is a very important benefit included in this plan. Because when you are in abroad and if you have lost your passport, it can cause you very embarrassing position because you can be taken into the police custody also. Passport is the only proof that will prove you are the citizen of such and such country and you are here for such and such purposes. So if the passport is lost, insurance company will not go for arranging your duplicate passport or arranging the facilities for you. Insurance company will only pay the expenses incurred in obtaining duplicate passport. Because you have to arrange for your duplicate passport, you have to make all your efforts, clearance and whatever formalities are required that you will perform. Once you are getting your duplicate passport, whatever cost is incurred, that will be paid by the insurance company under the loss of passport category benefit. The next one is personal liability. Personal liability is very important. Because in other countries, you are not aware with the laws of that country. So for anything there could be a personal liability. For anything. Like in India, you can go for urinating at any public place. But this is not allowed in other countries also. Moreover, insured becomes legally liable to pay a third party under statutory liability provisions in private law for an incident which results in accidental death, injury, or damage to the health of any third person or damage to anybody's property. Any action of the insured which is resulting into the bodily injury to any person or the property damage to any person or to the death or disability to any person will definitely tantamount to personal liability. And in that case, it becomes a statutory liability because the provisions of that country will apply there. And the amount of penalty or punishment can be imposed by the provisions of their country. So that liability could be very high. This personal liability is also covered under the plan, and insurance company will pay the compensation. Next benefit is personal accident. A personal accident means you yourself can also suffer any bodily injury, even death or disability in abroad. Because the personal accident is a very simple thing. It can happen at any time. Collision with any vehicle, with any item, with any machinery, with any public amenities is an accident. In case of death or total or partial disablement only, this policy will pay. Not for the temporary disabilities or temporary treatment. Only death or total or partial permanent disability is covered under the plan. Benefit 9 is hijack distress allowance. Hijack. When the plane is flying and it is taken into the illegal custody by some criminals, this is called hijack. So if the hijack situation is there, in that case, insurance company will pay compensation in the event of a hijack of a common carrier in which the insured is traveling on a trip abroad. But normally, this is not the case that only the insured is hijacked. This is a common event. Sometimes the complete plane is hijacked, sometimes total passengers are hijacked, sometimes few wanted persons are hijacked. It depends on situation to situation. So hijack distress allowance is another benefit covered under the policy. Next, financial emergency. This financial emergency could be to anyone at any situation or any stage. Reason being, this is a normal feature which is covered in the policy that the insured in the event of the financial emergency arising due to theft, mugging, or robbery, dacoity of the funds of the insured. It doesn't mean if you have taken the short money and your money is spent on something and now you need the financial assistance because you are in financial emergency. No. If your money is stolen, robbed, taken by dacoits, or snatched from you, in that criminal event only, the financial emergency assistance will be provided by the insurance company. Next, trip cancellation and interruption. When a person is going abroad, if his trip is cancelled, that is very shocking event. Very frustrating also, irritating also. And if there is any interruption due to any genuine reason, that is again very frustrating. So if the trip is cancelled or interrupted, or on that any financial loss is incurred by the insured out of the cancellation of the trip, maybe due to the reason of earthquake, storm, flood, terrorism, and other perils, or even death of immediate family members. In such a situation also the trip can be cancelled or interrupted. So under these circumstances, insurance company will pay the claim whatever perils are included under this policy, and the instances like death of immediate family members, these all aspects will be considered, and if they are within these parameters, the company will pay the claim of the financial loss incurred by the insured. Benefit 12, missed flight connection. This relates to the connected flights. Sometimes, in case of failure of the insured access to the connecting flights arising out of and consequent upon delayed arrival or the earlier flight. So the connecting flight is not connected. In that case, the object is also defeated, financial loss is also caused. It can also lead to frustrations. The company will pay only the financial loss in case of failure of the connected flights. Next benefit is trip delay. If the departure of the insured gets delayed at the place of origin, wherefrom he has to start, or intermediary port arising out of earthquake, flood, and terrorism, a specified sum will be paid. Means, due to earthquake, we are not in a position to go because the flight is delayed, or due to flood, the flight is delayed, or some terrorist incident has caused the delay. In such events, trip delay will be treated as financial loss. Next, golfer in one. This is a very abnormal benefit because not all people avail it. This relates to the elite class. So normally in elite plan this can be availed. If the golfer in one, that is also a kind of financial loss situation is there. In that case, the company will reimburse the insured for the celebration expenses incurred by the insured for achieving a hole-in-one during the trip anywhere in the world, excluding India, in a United Golfers Association recognized golf course, subject to a maximum of $500. Means for any celebration, if the insured is participating in golf in any of the United Golfers Association ground, and there he is not achieving the hole-in-one, for that golfer in one category will provide compensation up to $500. Very rare benefit, not applicable to all. Next is bail bond insurance. This is important. Bail bond insurance means in abroad if you are arrested for any purpose, then the legal complication will be there. But the company will reimburse towards the bail amount for release of the insured if he is arrested for any inadvertent violation of law in the country of trouble subject to a maximum of $500. For certain reasons which are not known to you, which are not prevailing in your country, which are not normal in your country, if you are arrested in any other country, even on speaking, you can be arrested because the freedom of speech is not similar in all the countries. What you can speak in India, you cannot speak in USA. So you are speaking a term which is affecting that country's enemy relation with any other, they can arrest you. Suppose in USA, if you are speaking on Hamas, in favor of Hamas today, you can be immediately arrested. So, freedom of speech is not similar in all the countries. And in such a case, once you are arrested, the bail bond is required. Bail bond means financial support is required. So the company will pay $500 for bail bond. This is 15th number of benefit under this plan. The 16th number of benefit is the trip curtailment. If your trip is curtailed for a valid and genuine reason. Curtail means cut short. In that case, company will indemnify for loss of personal accommodation or travel charges, paid or contracted to be paid by the insured following the necessary and unavoidable curtailment, means cutting short of the trip because of the accidental death, serious injury, sudden sickness of your spouse or child, or the hijack of any aircraft in which you are traveling. So sometimes due to the family problems you have to cut short your journey. Sometimes due to any heinous or criminal event you have to cut short your journey. Sometimes some serious situation or serious injury is there. So for that purpose you have to curtail your journey. And for that reason, if there whatever is the financial loss, that will be paid by the company. So these are the 16 benefits covered under your overseas travel plan insurance. That means this is a very competitive plan. In market, whatever plans are there, in some plans you will find 10 benefits are there, in some 12 benefits are there, maybe one or two companies may be having more than us, but different in nature. So these all 16 benefits have the financial limits. The slide is very short, but I enhance the slide. You can see the financial limit like that. This is plan wise, and for every plan there is a limit. Limit in the financial term. Sea Travel Plus, and Sea Travel Elite. All 16 benefits are there, but the difference is in the limit. Suppose the medical expenses limit is there, first of all, if that is. In Sea Travel it is only $50,000. In Sea Travel Plus it is $1 lakh. And in Travel Elite this is $2 lakh. That much of difference is there. Obviously the higher is the limit of benefits, so the higher will be the premium also. Cashless hospitalization is also provided in all these plans. Next, the dental treatment limit is also there. Say for example in Sea Travel it is $250, but in Travel Plus it is common. All these three plans are common. Total loss of checked baggage is also common. 500 rupees limit is there. Delayed checked baggage is $100 is there. So this way the benefit limits are given. And finally you will see the 2 days deductibles are also applicable in certain benefits. Normally on each claim deductible is $100. So this is applicable to claims, and these are the financial limits. Coverage amount is given, and plan wise the financial limits are given. The biggest difference is in the category 1, that is medical expenses, because in Europe or in other countries, treatment cost would be very high. So there, as a travel aid plan is there, that will cover up to the US dollar 2 lakhs. Okay. How the premium will be charged? The premium will be charged according to 3 factors. What are these 3 factors? Age, days of travel, and country of visit. Premium will depend upon 3 factors: age, days of travel, and country of visit. How the age will be decided? So, a person traveling is 40 years 7 months. In that case, he will be treated as 41. But he is of 40 years and 5 months, then his age will be treated as 40 years. So, for the purpose of premium to be charged, the completed age of the person will be taken into consideration. This is age factor. Secondly, number of days. All policies will be issued for a maximum of 180 days. Half year, 6 months, but most appropriate to say is 180 days. So initially, maximum number of days permitted are 180, but policy can be extended. Extension can be given again for 180 days maximum, but on certain grounds. What are the reasons? Extension under the plan shall be provided subject to the following conditions. But the original policy period has not expired. Means before expiry of the policy, one has to apply for the extension of say 1 month, 2 months, or say 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, and 10 days. There is no claim on the original policy. Once there is a claim on the policy, then the period will not be extended, then it will be renewed. Declaration of good health. When you are in abroad, you are traveling, and you want the extension of that policy, declaration of good health has to be raised. Extension can generally be effected only once on the policy. Means on one policy, one extension can be given. And extension cannot exceed 180 days maximum. So 180 plus 180, it will be maximum for 360 days. The total extension, including original period, should not exceed 360 days. The extension premium has to be paid before actual extension is effective. The number of days are important because the initial project may be taken for say 50 days. But when you are in abroad, you have extended your program for further 30 days. In that case, if your policy has not expired, if you have not taken any claim on the policy, if you are in good health, you can apply for the extension of 30 days. Difference amount premium has to be paid there. But if you want to apply for the extension of 200 days, in that case, insurance company will not allow you to extend for more than 180 days. And that too, along with these conditions, your policy has not expired, you have to apply for extension before expiry of the policy, there is no claim on your policy, you are in good health, that declaration you have to give, and that would be only one extension. So this is again number of days. And the third factor is purpose, country of visits. So for this thing only two categories are there. Country of visit has been divided into two groups. One is including Australia, Japan, US and Canada. Second is excluding Australia, Japan, US and Canada. I repeat, for the purpose of this insurance, the country of visit have been divided into two groups only. One group is including Australia, Japan, USA and Canada. Obviously, the premium rates for this group would be high. And the other group is excluding Australia, Japan, USA and Canada. So only two groups are there. Claim process of the policy is very simple. For any medical emergency abroad, is called toll-free number which is mentioned on the policy sheet. Rest of the things insurance company will take care. Policy issuance is also simple. Why? Because online portal is there to issue the overseas travel policy. Individual or financial advisor can issue policy through online portal. And the link is also provided for the online portal. Now, you will see unique product features. Normally in the plans, overseas travel plans of other countries, they are not covering the hijacked distress allowance or bail-bound insurance covers. So these two special risks we are covering in our plan. Hijacked distress allowance and bail-bound insurance. Because in other countries the incidents of arrest are increasing every day for very small reasons because of the unawareness. So bail bond up to $500 is covered under the plan. Online facility for policy issuance is there. Travel days are grouped rather than to calculate on day by day. Group by premium chart is there. And no medical test is required till the age of 55 years. A person of 40 years, 45 years, 55 years can travel without any medical checkup. But if you are going with the parents who are the senior citizens or who are of the age of more than 55, in that case only, for them medical test is required. Only two groups in terms of visit of countries are there. But normally in other policies of other insurance companies you will find three groups. We have only two groups. And our two groups are simple, including Australia, Japan, USA and Canada, excluding Australia, Japan, USA and Canada. Because our premium is depending upon three things only, and these are age, days of travel and country of visit. The most important aspect of the policy is this policy is providing 16 benefits in number. This is available to any Indian citizen who is traveling abroad. This is available to those foreign nationals also who are working in India with Indian employers and getting the salary in Indian national rupees. This product you can also sell to those foreign nationals who are domiciled in India and filing income tax return in India. So the scope of the policy is very wide. Only thing you have to ignore only the foreign nationals. You cannot give this policy to the foreign nationals. Financial limits are very big because the coverage of all the 16 benefits is clearly defined. There is no confusion at all at the time of the claim. The company will pay to the extent of the financial limit under that specific category. Because the category of benefit will decide that under what category you are filing the claim. Suppose you are lost, passport is lost. Definitely you are not filing for the claim for the medical expenses. You have to claim only for the loss of passport. And the limit for loss of passport is say $200. And so they may pay US $200. But in case of the medical emergency is there, you are hospitalized in other countries. In that case, your compensation will depend upon the plan selected by you, because the medical expenses limit differs plan to plan. It is only 50,000 US dollar in C table. It is just double in C table plus, that is US dollar 1 lakh. It is 4 times in US travel elite, C travel elite plan. That is US dollar 2 lakh. So there is a big difference. Or in other benefits, normally, that much difference is not there. But the good thing is, all these 16 benefits are covered in all 3 plans. If it is there, that one is not covered, say, golfers all in one. This is covered only in the travel elite, not in travel, travel or travel plus. In that category, it is not covered. This is the only difference. Otherwise, not. Otherwise, it's a common fact for all features, and all features are similar. But the plan selection would be absolutely as per the choice of the insured. Which plan is suitable to him, he can select as per his requirement. Whatever is the purpose, he can define and he can explain it in the proposal form. Because normally, either the people are going for the further studies or for business purposes or for official purposes or for video purposes. All these purposes are covered. There is no restriction for any purposes. So the retail travel policy provides worldwide coverage for Indian residents. Worldwide coverage anywhere in the world. And even the spouse and children can accompany. They are covered. So the product is good one, competitive one, easily sellable. Moreover, when the person are going abroad, they'll definitely take the policy. You may be aware, certain insurance companies, general insurance companies, have their counters to sell overseas travel insurance policy at the airports, particularly PSUs. They have their counters to sell the overseas travel insurance policy at the airports. Because in any emergency, if the person failed to take the policy, he can buy even at the airports. Because they understand the importance of the policy. And for all Indian residents, it is available. Now it is your turn to ask any questions. If you have any doubts, you can ask questions. Product is very simple. You must have understood. But still, if you feel any doubt is there, you can ask. Correct. They have recently modified the plan. This is the modified plan now, and that policy which was available there, that has been discontinued. Now this policy is applicable for all purposes, for overseas travels. So it's okay with all? Continue. All purposes are covered. They cannot. You cannot afford the medical expenses. Very costly treatment. Even the people from abroad are coming to India for treatment because here the cost is cheaper than the other countries. Yeah, here it is affordable. Correct. Yes. They can. Correct. Now, for treatment and abroad, only the celebrities and the rich people can afford because they are going in emergencies for further treatment. Otherwise, the people are coming from there to India for getting the treatment because very advanced facilities are there in India for medical treatments. Right. They will go for every kind of test. Okay, so give me 1 minute. I am sending the test paper on your mail ID. Check your mail ID, please. Good. Start your test paper. Attempt all the 10 questions. When you complete it, just click on the submit button and it will complete.